What is something that you just cannot understand the popularity of? TV evangelicals. Like, I have nothing against religion, but why would anyone follow these guys to the point that they would be willing to give them money? For what? I just cannot wrap my head around why these guys are so rich. I'm religious and I can't wrap my head around why anyone would want to throw all their money to these people. Prosperity gospel. Literally allowing people like Kenneth Copeland and Paula White to rake in their money while spitting all over their supposedly sacred Bible. Like, do none of them recall the story of Jesus in the temple? Copeland and the Crouches and Benny Hinn and all these televangelists who grift and push prosperity gospel BS would be getting their tables flipped by their savior, is all I'm saying. Social media influencers or social media celebrities. Why they and their fans act that they are the next big thing. If you have family who are influencers, it gets worse. They act as if everyone in your family are fans. No, you're loved because you're family by default, not because you have more followers. Celebrity worship. I really don't understand why people are so obsessed with celebrities to the point of following every single thing they do in their lives. What do people get out of idolizing some rich people who probably don't even care about you? Same. I have some favorite actors/actresses, but what they do off screen I could care less. Chris Brown. How is this guy's career still booming, even though he's a clear fucking maniac? Some women were even fawning for him harder after his violence. Allah, Chris Brown can fuck me up any day. It's gotta be related to whatever makes people romanticize serial killers. Weird as fuck. Taking videos of yourself crying and posting it online. Also don't understand the people who sympathize with them. I've noticed as time has gone on that people have become super self-aware of their own reactions to things, and so it's become a weird competition. People will post videos of themselves crying about things that make me think they were this devastated and still took the time to record themselves and post it to the internet. The Masked Singer. I just don't get it. I saw that show for the first time in the hospital, in the early hours of the morning, hopped up on painkiller and half awake, while waiting for an MRI. Sat there groggily wondering why there were fursuiters on a reality show, and wondering if I was hallucinating or something. Bra companies that don't carry band sizes under 32. Most thin models will have band sizes between 26 and 32. It's completely fine for a brand to choose what type of size range they want to cater to. However, it annoys me that a brand that only carries 32 to 40 band will use slender models, often putting them in band sizes that are wrong for them. It's misleading for the customers to see a thin person wearing a 34B when the model's actual bra size is more likely to be a 28 grams. Edit. Since we are talking bras, please visit r/abrathatfits and use the calculator there. So many people are wearing the wrong size. They really helped me with my back pain, and I finally have comfortable bras. Expensive clothing brands like Supreme. The difference in price to a regular shirt with similar design and quality is huge, especially considering most of the price comes due to the brand label. Edit. I read through a lot of the comments and just wanna say thanks for explaining why clothing brands can be such a premium for plenty of people. Penis themed everything at bachelorette parties. Penis cake. Penis straws. Penis candies. Penis nose glasses. Penises everywhere. Like, I've already been in a committed relationship with this dude prior to getting married. Nothing is really changing. Edit. For the record, penises don't offend, lol, or upset me. I just find the penis explosion a strange ritual. Edit 2. RIP inbox. I totally agree. It's the assumption as well that I'd suddenly be fine with all of that from the most random of people. I had aunts trying to convince my MOH to get a stripper to come to my house when I had a Zoom bachelorette a few months ago. Aside from the whole I don't want a stranger in my house during a pandemic, they apparently thought that I would be comfortable being alone with a man taking off his clothes in my living room. Thankfully my MOH shut them down, but they still keep on talking about last night of freedom and what could happen on my wedding night. We've been alone in the house for months. What else do they think we've been doing? Golden Goose shoes. They look like you bought a pair of used Converse shoes and drug them behind a car for 10 miles, and then left them outside for a week, yet somehow people are willing to pay upwards of 1,000 or more for a pair. Here's what they look like. Edit. I'm from the south, I don't care that the past tense of drag isn't drug. I'm mostly a metalhead. I like some rap. I like even less county, but still some. I can't get my head around country rap. My brother goes bananas for it, and it's awful to me. I haven't heard anything from the genre that I would consider innovative, thought-provoking, or even halfway challenging. I'm not trying to be a super smart guy here. I don't have the time to type the pants on head stupid things I listen to when I'm in the mood for the auditory equivalent of spam and eggs. But what's cool about music is you can find people pushing the boundaries in any genre, but country rap reeks of complacency to me. Kardashians. I have a theory. They initially got popular because of their TV show. Now, everyone on the internet seems to dislike them, but in disliking them, people still don't stop talking about them. Now when they keep talking about them, they get more popular. There is a saying I like: the best way to ensure something isn't forgotten is to try your hardest to make it go away. It always has the opposite effect. Incestuous porn. My guess is people get slightly more aroused by the idea of being something forbidden. Imagine if everyone from now on was supposed to be naked in public. Initially, you'd see horny people everywhere, because now their dreams have become true. After a few days, nobody will care anymore about your boobs, or dicks or whatever, because not it's something you'll see anywhere. So I guess incest is more successful, because of the idea of not being allowed. Edit. I'm kinda surprised that I got plus 1,5k upvotes, but there are so many disagreement with my comment. YouTube videos showing the durability of your device by driving over it or dropping it off Burj Khalifa. I personally really appreciate these kinds of videos. The reviewer gets the device from the manufacturer for free to do the durability testing and prove how strong they've made it. While a solid 90% of the population won't get anywhere near the kind of damage these people cause, they generally do it in stages, so you can see what kind of durability the device you're interested in can handle with your daily activities or possible accidents. I personally really appreciate these kinds of videos. The reviewer gets the device from the manufacturer for free to do the durability testing and prove how strong they've made it. While a solid 90% of the population won't get anywhere near the kind of damage these people cause, they generally do it in stages, so you can see what kind of durability the device you're interested in can handle with your daily activities or possible accidents. Please don't mass downvotes me for this, but I have never understood the popularity of Star Wars. I think the movie were fine movies, but I don't get why people treat them like the best movies of all time. At the time, Southwestern was groundbreaking. Imagine being a nerdy sci-fi kid who always imagined or read amazing sci-fi stories, and then going into the movies and just being amazed at how everything was on screen. And if you felt rejected like Luke, seeing him being a hero, and then showing that to a lot of people and making them understand what it feels like to enjoy amazing sci-fi. Southwestern was a cultural phenomenon, and then those same kids had kids and they showed them Star Wars books, games, movies, an amazing adventure far far away that maybe is cheesy or dumb, but to nerds, it's one of the foundations or reference of modern space opera. As a kid who doesn't love Star Wars, I did, and I still feel like an 8-year-old sometimes seeing something on screen. I don't wanna criticize what teen and preteen girls like, since they tend to get that enough already, but I could not get on board with Twilight. I was 13 when it all started, and my friends all adored it. I tried so hard to like it. I read all the books, and hated every moment of it. This made me a social pariah in my friend group because how could I not like this amazing love story? It just didn't click for me, no matter how hard I tried. Again, preteen and teen girls should be allowed to like whatever the hell they like. But I worry that the abusive dynamic portrayed in those books and films gave young impressionable girls some real bad ideas on how a healthy relationship should work. Like, he climbs into her house through her window to watch her sleep without telling her at first. So I feel a little bit justified in my criticism. Also, my friend group was trash for how they treated me all because I didn't like the book series they adored. The fuck was that all about? American Horror Story. As someone who binges a lot of shows, I really tried giving it a shot. I tried for 4 seasons. But it's never getting better, and it's a garbage show overall. The actors, the effects, and the filming are all quality, but I've never seen such flat, boring, unorganized, dragged out writing in something with such great production, which is why I had hoped it would get better. But no, the writing really is garbage fire trash. It's unwatchable. Everyone loved the first season, probably the better of them, and I thought it was again very unorganized. The second season, holy shit, pick a theme. It was like they just kept picking ideas out of a hat. It had psych ward, demon nurse, rapist, kidnapping serial killer, mutants, Nazis, and aliens. Third season was just watching like 5 witches who never learn or do shit walk around an empty house. And I had to just fucking drop it after circus. Wow, when you think it couldn't get any worse, it just does. And people love it. I don't understand. This is pretty unpopular, but Marvel films, I just don't understand the love for them. This isn't like other things I dislike either. For example, I don't like Star Wars, but I can understand why others do. Lightsabers are cool. Marvel films, I do not for the life of me understand why someone would like them, and I've tried. They do nothing for me. The films are so boring and predictable. I can honestly say that Captain America was the worst film I've ever seen. It was just so generic. I was bored to tears. I've tried watching others, but I can't finish them. K-pop. Listen, I know countries have their big music scene, but just the way it is loved around the world and how some people treat it is something I do not understand. I think any kind of idolization of celebrities is pretty harmful, and K-pop fans fall under that umbrella as well. The way some people will spend all day online just mercilessly attacking people for not absolutely living for the same music artist, or defending their favorite artist, or excusing their problematic actions is so unhealthy. Having said that, I really love SNSD and Blackpink. Ha 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 ha. Slut culture in the gay community. Everyone acts as if sexual encounters are some kind of scorecard, and you have to rack up as many meaningless fucks as possible to be considered part of the community. Short shorts, platinum blonde hair, listening to nothing but female pop music that all sounds the same without any ingenuity or thought into the lyrics. Yeah, I don't fucking get it, and I'm gay. But get yelled at and called a CI's homophobic piece of shit because I don't feel like being a total attention whoring slut. Monopoly, the board game. It's a game from the 1930s. It has some serious design issues, very little player agency, needless complexity, for instance mortgages, and always outstays its welcome point. There are thousands of new board games released every year, and nearly all of them are better than Monopoly. Many are also much simpler than Monopoly, so it doesn't even have that going for it. Comparing it to movies, it's like if 90% of people only ever watched Gone with the Wind over and over, while a small niche hobby group was watching Marvel movies and Star Wars, and every Oscar winner of the past 50 years. TikTok. The whole app seems strange to me. The thing about that app is that the content is very varied. Some users are teenage girls dancing badly to popular music. Other users are lawyers explaining the validity, or lack thereof, of Trump's statements, or entomology fans showing off cool insects, or magicians showing awesome tricks that eventually end up in r/black magic fuckery. Reddit loves to hate on it, and yet many TikTok videos end up on the Reddit front page. While I don't use the app, and I don't recommend using it either, because of the whole Chinese data thing, I don't think it's fair to brand the app as cringy, because of the cringy teenagers who make weird and annoying content, as Reddit loves to do. Drag queens and drag shows. I've been to several drag shows, and I'm always bored out of my mind. Are those costumes supposed to be sexy for straight guys too? I always hear about women taking their straight husbands to shows and the husbands love it. Yeah, not me. I don't really enjoy the whole sassy stripper vibe they go for either, even if it was an actual woman doing it. Everyone always looks at me like I'm a huge homophobe when I talk about this, so I've learned to keep my mouth shut. It's very frustrating because I love and support the LGBT+ community. It's not that I hate drag shows, I just find them boring. Though admittedly they also cause me some anxiety, because I know I'll have no idea what to do if I get singled out by the queen for a bit. Also, RuPaul's Drag Race is like the definition of a show I'm not interested in. Not only because it's drag queens, but reality competition shows are so fake and boring. My sister used to dominate the TV watching Next Top Model every weekend, and I was bored to tears by that too. Watching other people play video games and even weirder paying/donating to them to do it. I'm old. In fact, South Park did an episode about it, but I still don't get it. I'd much rather play the game myself. I'm all for watching a friend play live in the same room or something, but watching some random person? It's one thing if they are the absolute top end of the player base or something, but I'm more talking about your average run-of-the-mill person. Sports competition is one thing, but when people attempt to convince me to try and invest part of myself and my time to watch grown men wrestle over catching a suggestively shaped ball and running it into a conveniently named end zone, or to watch golf, or to appear to be amused by people kicking the equivalent to an elastic spherical checkerboard into huge ass nets, I can't exactly understand why they find that so amusing, but then shit on esports or alternative competitive entertainment like poker or others. Pretty much all rap, and especially the subgenre mumble rap. Like half the time it doesn't even rhyme, they are just talking about fucking chicks and doing lean-ins and over a generic beat. Like you could combine all of it together, and I would never have guessed it was a bunch of different songs put together. And mumble rap? It's the same thing, except the guy talking sounds like he's half passed out, and you can barely understand them. Doctor Who. It features an incoherent plot and an ever-changing cast with no real goal or endgame. Like if you told me the next episode was going to feature them at the Nuremberg trial because R2-D2 with a plunger stuck to him was the mastermind behind Mengele's experiments, which followed the last episode where they were in Warhammer 40k because literally no reason, I wouldn't be shocked at all. FaceTime instead of just talking on the phone, especially in public. Selfies/Snapchat. The thing about FaceTime is it's the next best thing to actually being in the room with someone. When you have family/friends you don't live close to or can't see due to a pandemic, it's a substitute for a visit. It's easier to talk to multiple people since several people can sit in front of each device without the confusion of having everyone on speaker and having to pass who's talking. You're able to show each other things in real time instead of talking about them and sending a picture afterwards. It's also hugely beneficial for interacting with young children. I have 3 young cousins who live across the country, and FaceTime is a huge part of the reason I'm able to be close to them. They are too young to talk on the phone, the younger two only just started talking at all, but when they can see us on the screen it's easier for them to interact with us, and for us to watch them play. FaceTiming in public though still seems weird to me. Among Us. I can explain this. Basically a streamer made it popular and a ton of people started playing. Why? It is a simple enough game that the entire family can play. It doesn't require any elaborate thoughts or strategy. While there is strategy, I mean it more like you don't need to learn 500 plays like in American football games, or hours to learn. Plus it is short so someone waiting for a bus can play a round or two. Donald Trump, 70 million people still voted for him. It just doesn't compute. I can't speak for everyone who supports him, but in my neighborhood voting for Trump was less like supporting the man himself as much as it was just a brick through the political window for people that were tired of the system. He won a lot of votes with the drain the swamp mentality and many who were fatigued by the social justice movements at the end of Obama's term. However, I believe he also got a lot of votes from people who were more anti-Hillary/anti-Democrat than they were pro-Trump. It's practically civil war in the US and has escalated from pure tribalism